What is up, everyone? This is the Oklahoma Prepper, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do a 1 year plus review on the Xtreme Power US chainsaw. Now I want to apologize. This video may cut in, cut out a lot. I have some kind of a respiratory virus going on, so I'm coughing a lot and my chest is hurting from coughing so much, so I do apologize. And that's probably, that's why I haven't put any videos out in the last couple weeks, because I've been dealing with this and it's pretty crappy. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, guys, so here we are. First thing I want to do is I want to do a cold start, show you guys exactly how I start my chainsaw. Here it is. It's a little bit dirty, and you can see the chain is stretched out. That's the only issue that I've had with this, and I've felled several trees. This is the original bar and chain. So, and this just happened a couple of weeks ago. So let's get started real quick on the pull start. I'll show you guys how to do it, how I do it, and what the best method of starting this chainsaw for me would be. All right, so we've got our choke right here and our starter and kill switch right here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push, of course, turn this on to start, and I'm pulling the choke out. And all I'm gonna do is pull the cord about 3 or 4 times, and then it'll give me a kind of a halfway running but it'll die out. That's when I know it's ready to close the choke, and then pull it one more time. All right, guys, so let's get ready. All right, guys, so here we go. The switch is on, the throttle is pulled out. Now I will pull the cord about 3 times. There's no need to pull the trigger, pull the throttle, nothing like that. Just let it sit as it is, and here we go. There you go. Push the throttle in. Kill switch. All right, guys, so that's how I start. Excuse me. Like I said, I've got some kind of viral infection going on in my chest area, and it's not really good. Anyways, so that is how we started our chainsaw. That's the best method I found. Once you get your chainsaw, there's not going to be a little piece of paper that says pull choke, pull 3 times or 4 times or 5 times, like on a weed eater. It's, set your little choke to number 3, pull it 10 times, set it over to 2, pull it 5 times, set over to 1, pull it once. It just comes in a box. I didn't get the unboxing, which I should have. I will probably be getting another one, because these are good chainsaws, and I don't like to run them constantly. I don't like to run anything constantly, except for a lawnmower. Excuse me. I don't want the engines to overheat. Now, I do treat all of my fuels. I do treat my mix for the chainsaw and weed eater, and I do treat my fuel for the lawnmowers. I treat them with Stable, STABIL, and Seafoam, and I will put links to those 2 in the bottom as well. Just kind of a Google, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I'm going to figure that out. But anyways, I mix it however it's told, and that keeps the fuel lasting longer. It keeps moisture out of the fuel, keeps condensation out of the fuel, evaporates the water really good. The stabilizer, I noticed a big difference from when I bought the chainsaw and ran it with just gas and oil mix. It was bogging down a lot. I did put it in the shop. I mentioned that in my I think I mentioned that in the first video. I did put it in the shop, but that was my own fault. Again, like I said, I did not treat my fuel. The fuel ended up having water in it, and that was a bad thing. So a year later, let's go ahead and get started to the actual review. What do I think about this thing? It's a great chainsaw, period. I bought this thing thinking, oh, it's going to last a year, $120, I think is what I paid for, 115, 120. It's going to last a year. Got my good money out of it. Got great money out of it. It paid for itself in the first couple of days. I ended up doing a job for my sister. She paid me, X amount of dollars for it. It was, it paid for itself in the first day. Will I buy another one? Like I said, yes, I will. And why will I? Because I would like to have one to cool down while I'm, working the other one, and, just keep them rotating in and out so I don't get them, too worked up. Will I recommend this to you guys? Absolutely. Yes, I will. I will recommend this. If you guys want a cheap chainsaw, go out and buy this. Will it compare to a Stihl, Husqvarna, Echo, Poland, whatever? It will. I know a lot of people in my comments, in the past comments, have said, you could put this thing up against a high dollar chainsaw and it will not keep up. That is absolutely not true. I have put this thing up against my buddy's Stihl, my buddies. I got a bunch of friends around here, and we all have, all kinds of equipment like this, chainsaws, tractor, stuff like that. We've got all kinds of cool stuff. They are surprised as to how this thing will keep up, and actually has outworked some of them. They bought their chainsaws a year ago, just about the same time I did, to get, stuff done around the house. We'll go out and cut wood, and they will be surprised as to how well my $125 chainsaw works compared to their $300 Echo or Stihl or Husqvarna or whatever. And to be honest with you, I'm very surprised at it too. So, that goes to show, it's a pretty good chainsaw. Is there anything I would change about this chainsaw? There's only one thing. When it gets to about a half a tank of fuel, it will start to cut out, and I believe that's how the fuel pump is designed in there. If I could call the manufacturer and say, hey, change this, that'd be the only thing I change. The only thing I change. I pulled it out a few weeks ago, actually a couple of months ago. I actually did a video, but the video ended up corrupt. I don't know what happened. But anyways, I pulled it out after letting it sit for the winter, or for the summer, and a little bit of the winter. And it had been setting all season, at least 8 months. It had been setting, well, I'd say probably 6 months. It had been setting, not been started. I flipped on the switch, pulled the choke, pulled it 3 times, and it started to try to run. I closed the choke, pulled it one more time, and it ran. Just like I just started it just now. And I did use this yesterday for a few minutes, just to cut up a couple of pieces of wood, so I can get it to fit in my wood stove a little bit better. Bear! There's a bear. Bear and a cat. Bear cat. So anyways, like I said, the chain is stretched out. You guys can see right here, the chain is stretched out quite a bit. That's why I'm not using it too much. I have a lot of things that need to be cut down. I haven't been able to do it. I will leave a link in the description down below where you can find this on Amazon and on the website, as well as the replacement bar and chain, which is a little bit too pricey for a bar and chain, because I've seen, name brands cheaper, but the bar and chain for this one is $45 from the website. I am going to go ahead and get it because it is designed specifically for this chainsaw. So that is the only thing, that is the only issue that I have, is the chain is stretched out, but that is of course wear and tear. Hey, y'all stop. Anyways, I do keep it clean. It is dirty right now, but I do keep it clean. I try to clean out as much as I can, as often as I can. After every big job, I do take a brush. I do take everything apart that I can take apart, and I brush that thing. I clean it real good, and put it back together. I do like to take care of my stuff. It's, you know, if you take care of your equipment, it'll last you a lifetime, and that's exactly what I do. Again, this is $100 and something chainsaw. I was expecting to get a year out of it. I take care of my stuff. I, you know, treat the fluids. I keep it clean. I keep it conditioned, and it's lasted me 2 really, really great years. All of last season and this season as well. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to quit talking. I'm going to let you guys decide on your own. If you guys are interested, go pick this chainsaw up. It is very inexpensive, and it is very worth it. I know I'm going to have a lot of comments saying, no, it's junk. You know, I don't know. Put a review up. Let's see your, you know, I'd like to know how yours failed. I don't know how anybody else's opinions are, you know, what the history is behind it. The history is behind this one. I keep it cleaned. I take good care of it. I keep the fuels conditioned. I don't run it without oil at all. No bar oil. I don't know. It's a great chainsaw. I would recommend it. I highly recommend it for, you know, very inexpensive. If you guys want to spend the money and go out and buy a steel, I'm not going to tell you no. If you guys don't have the money, you know, if you guys are a little bit, you know, on a tighter budget like I am, you know, spend a little bit of money and get you a good chainsaw. This is the one to get. Like I said, I've not had any problems at all. Nothing is broke. Nothing has went completely wrong at all. Other than me not treating the fuel when I first got the chainsaw. That was my fault. I didn't think about that. You know, we expect to go to the store, get gas, and just be on our merry little way, but sometimes that doesn't happen. The gas ended up having some water in there, some condensation from the tanks on the inside, underground. So, you know, that wasn't too good a thing. But go out and pick up this chainsaw. It's really worth it. It's a great chainsaw. It's a great piece of tool. It's great something you're going to have and you're going to enjoy using. Well, for the most part, I enjoy working, doing stuff like this. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and keep prepping.